Our being together in Greenwich Village at Folk City was a joyous, compulsive time. It was pure.
Is real music, and to me, and pretty special, yeah.
It took 2 years to put this whole thing together.
Folk City was just a kind of average old corner bar, you see, and Dizzy Young from the Folklore Center persuaded Mike to bring folk music in there, and by the time I got there, I think it had been going for 6 months or so.
It was, first of all, a place where traditional music was home. That was the home of traditional music in New York City for sure. And it was my university. It was my sociology class. You know what I mean? And it was great.
I wasn't in the village that much. I lived in Cambridge. I lived near Cambridge. So I was more in the coffee shops around Cambridge. But New York to me was, you know, really hot stuff. And I was sort of a bohemian, only not an intellectual. And I would roam the streets periodically of the village, and I wanted to go to the coffee shops, and that was, you know, Gertie's was the place to go. And it was absolutely, totally happening, and new songs were being written on the spot, and new people were singing them on the spot, and all those things were very real.
I remember it because it was very pure. There was a sense that everybody really had to do what they were doing. They weren't doing it for the money. We were not stealing each other's songs. We were complimenting each other when we sang each other's songs. And we felt the world belonged to that sense that we were singing about. We knew we were on the threshold of a different kind of culture, and we were. And we loved each other, and we loved it, and that love survives tonight.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. Sing it with me. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. Everybody. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. Everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time you may embrace, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late.
I was sitting there all about myself, listening to everybody saying be like everybody else. Oh, you see, I gotta be me. And ain't nobody just like this. I got to be me. A baby hit on me. Now look at you sitting there, I'm feeling all about yourself. Listening to everybody saying me like everybody else. Now you see, you gotta believe. You got to believe a baby hit on me. This is Frank Christian on the guitar. Ain't nobody just like this. You gotta let me a sugar hit or miss. This is Mark Dan on the bass. myself. I was living with everybody, Oh, I see. I thought I've been made. It ain't nobody like this sucker jumping me. Baby, he don't miss.
As I walked out one evening down Columbus Avenue, the sushi bars were shuttered and the dark cantinas too. I stood there in the darkness as an empty cab rolled by, when all at once I heard the sound of yuppies in the sky. The herd came down Columbus for as far as I could see. The men were wearing polo and the women wore esprit. Each yuppie had a Walkman, and as each one passed me by, I saw their sad expressions and I heard their mournful cry. Condos for sale, condos to buy, for yuppies in the sky. How about a little help with that? Ready? Condos for sale, condos to buy, for yuppies in the sky. Each one was wearing running shoes upon the ghostly deck, and each one had a cotton sweater wrapped around the neck. They all held out their credit cards and tried in vain to buy, but all the stores were shuttered for the yuppies in the sky. Condos for sale, condos to buy, for yuppies in the sky. I'd seen them in commercials, sailing boats and playing ball, pouring beer for one another, crying, why not have it all? Now I saw their ghostly progress down Columbus Avenue. I heard their cry for mercy, and it chilled me through and through. Condos for sale, condos to buy, for yuppies in the sky. All the salad bars were empty, all the quiche Lorraine was gone. I heard the yuppies crying as they vanished in the dawn, calling brand names to each other as they faded from my view. They'll be networking forever down Columbus Avenue. Condos for sale, condos to buy, for yuppies in the sky. Last time. Condos for sale, condos to buy, for yuppies in the sky.
Well, I've been on the road since 1967, and around the world about 17 times. And the 60s and the 80s are one. There was never a delineation line between them. Even the 70s, which most people think nothing happened in, they were really wrong. Everything happened, and that's what they missed, you see, because they were also happening, and they forgot about that, you know.
I was younger then, and I can't tell whether it was the country that was more innocent or more hopeful, or had, you know, the idea that we could really overcome inequality and injustice by singing "We Shall Overcome." You know, there was that idea that if we all banded together and sang folk songs and sang protest songs, that we could really change the world. And somehow, you know, I grew up through the 70s, which changed, and all of a sudden you have all this violence, and just the climate changed drastically.
Times change. That's the thing I like. Nothing's, you know, all this stuff didn't start in the 60s. This stuff started 2,000 years ago, or more than that, when people, maybe 10,000 years ago, when people started going from campfire to campfire. Somebody picked up a stick and found it sounded good on somebody's head. Instead of just trying to hit the guy, it started making some sounds or something. And they found out it'd be less pressure on everybody if you started hitting a drum and stuff. And they started talking and singing songs to it. This goes back a long time. This is not any new thing. And the 80s ain't any different than they were 2,000, 4,000 years ago, and it won't be different 2,000 years from now. There's people that always like getting together and singing songs and playing music.
Who do I love and what makes that true? Who do I speak to when I speak to you? Are you my lover or are you my friend? Trust your own perception. It's a loaded question. You've given me love, give me a reason to be your friend. I am a woman, could have done better as a man. Look at me now, too many one-love stands they contemplate on my rock and roll heart. They contemplate on my rock and roll heart. I'm shrouded in mystery, covered in light, standing like stone, even though we're together. I'll always be alone, caught in these lines that catch the tears on my face, aging with grace in my rock and roll heart, aging with grace in my rock and roll heart. Rock and roll heart. Rock and roll heart. You take your children to school, and you go to the grocery store, and you pass as a grown-up in this right-brain grown-up world. But if they ask you for proof, they're gonna find out right away you just came to play with your rock and roll heart. You just here to play with your rock and roll heart. Rock and roll heart. Well, I'm taking the stage, reflecting the light, inventing the role. My body's dancing out the storm in my soul, but there is no rest. But I can put it on hold, 'cause time's just a beat to my rock and roll heart. Time's just a to my rock and roll heart. Time's just a beat to my rock and roll heart. 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 Rock and roll heart.
got it, you got it to give. You got it, you got it, you got it to give. Give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away, give it up. Freedom, 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 freedom. Sometimes I feel like I'm a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like I'm a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like I'm a motherless child. A long way from my home, Lord, Lord, singing freedom, 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 freedom. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. A long way from my home, Lord, Lord. Freedom, 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 freedom. Clap your hands, come on, clap your hands. Clap your hands, come on, clap your hands. Clap your hands, come on, clap your hands. Clap your hands, clap your hands. Clap your hands, clap your hands. I got a telephone in my bosom, and I can call him up from my heart. I got a telephone in my bosom, and I can call him up from my heart. When I need my brother, I send brother. When I need my father, I send father. When I need my sister, I send sister. When I need my mother, I send mother. I send mother. I send mother. I send mother. Have a good night. Enjoy the music. We love you all for showing what music really is all about. Real music.
This program is moving you.
Station membership.
It's a one-time thing. It just happens a lot. Walk with me, and we will see what we have got. My footsteps are ticking like water dripping from a tree. Walking a hairline and stepping very carefully. My heart is broken. It's worn out at the knees, hearing muffled, seeing, blind. Soon it will hit the deep freeze. And something is cracking. I don't know where. Ice on the sidewalk, brittle branches in the air. The sun is blinding, dizzy, golden, dancing green through the park in the afternoon, wondering where the hell I have been.
People said, you know, what do you think about the new audiences? And I mean, there's really a common denominator in people forever and ever and ever. And even when you, and it's most curious because I think people are always worried about this, is that even when you meet a group of people and they're all dressed incredibly different than yourself, maybe, and they may be growing beards on their left side, or they may, you know, do their hair to a point, and it may get very weird and leathery and strange, and people may be wearing heels and not heels and sneakers and not sneakers, and it doesn't really matter what they're wearing, because when you walk over to the group of people that seem incredibly knowing and you listen to the conversation, it's still basically about where to buy cheap beer and who's good and who isn't, and it's always the same.
A little percussion, you know, wouldn't hurt at all. Up the misty mountain, wildflowers bind the ground. Down by the Russian River, frost will wear those boulders down. Me, I'm underneath my covers. Me, I'm trapped inside my brain. Well, up above the misty mountain, up above the Russian River, up above the bed of longing, the eagle takes the wind. The eagle takes the wind, my friend. The eagle takes the wind. It makes me think of this, my friend. Where does the eagle live in me? Yeah. Oh, I am crawling through this city. I say the city will be my home. I say, therein you're halfway pretty, and may you never be alone. Be it scorn or be it favor, be it but a moment gone. But I stood before the mirror like an open-ended cavern, like a breath held, inhaled, holding, and I barely knew my name. I barely knew my name, my friends. I barely knew my name. It makes me think of this, my friends. Where do I live in me? Yeah. Oh, it's a planet of resistance. It's a flaming form of choice. Are you my comrades in persistence? I swear they'll know us by your voice. Though we lay down in dusty corners, we are ragged as a scar. And when we rest, our eyes stay open. We are always off to war. We're always off to war, my friends. We're always off to war. It makes me think of this, my friends. Where can the quiet be? Yeah. Oh, is it up the misty mountain where wildflowers bind the ground? Is it down by the Russian River where force wears those boulders down? Is it underneath my covers? Is it trapped inside my brain? Is it up above the misty mountain? Is it up above the rushing river? Is it up above the bed of longing where the eagle takes the wind? Come on, the eagle takes the wind. Come on, the eagle takes the wind. Come on, the eagle takes the wind.
Well, thank you so much.
Gotta do an old one for you. Long been on the open road, you've been sleeping in the rain. Dirty words and muddy cells, your clothes are smeared and stained. Dirty words in the muddy cells will soon be judged insane. Only stop to rest yourselves till you go off again. Why don't you take off your thirsty boots and stay for a while? Feet are hot and weary from a dusty mile. Maybe I can make you laugh. Maybe I can try. I'm looking for the evening and the morning in your eyes. Tell me of the ones you saw as far as you could see. Across the plains from field to town, all marching to be free, be free. Of the rusted prison gates that just tumbled by the gray, oh, like laughing children, one by one, they look like you and me. Why don't you take off your thirsty boots and stay for a while? Feet are hot and weary from a dusty mile. Maybe I can make you laugh. Maybe I can try. I'm looking for the evening and the morning in your eyes. I know you are no stranger down them crooked rainbow trails, from dancing cliff edge, shattered sills of slandered shackled jails. Voices drift up from below, the walls are being scaled. Yes, all of this and more, my friends, your song shall not be failed. Oh, why don't you take off your thirsty boots and stay for a while? Your feet are hot and weary from a dusty mile. Maybe I can make you laugh. Maybe I can try. I'm looking for the evening and the morning
take a turn. Well, I spied me this woman, I swear she was the girl of my dreams. Her eyes were so lovely, her lips, they were supreme. She was so damn beautiful, Christ, I don't mean to blaspheme. I approached her with this question, can I buy you a drink? I was fully aware of the implications she might think. She said, sure, I'll be delighted, and she gave me a ring. So we proceeded to the nearest cabaret, I think it was Folk City. The words followed without delay. She took hold of my hand, now begins my expose. I said, I'm not a bad guitar picker, wanna go back to my room, where we can sit by the fire, sip cognac, I can sniff your perfume. I'll show you my cigarette box collection and sing you a tune. Bound to get worse before it gets better, always does. Straight into my eyes and said, Frank, I don't play with musicians. They keep such late hours and invite bad nutrition. Simply spend their lives in hoping and wishing. So ends my little story. I know it's rather sad but true, of the most beautiful woman I guess I ever knew. If you ever see her, fellas, I hope you go to NYU Law School and find out what she'll do.
This is a song I wrote for the B-52s. They don't do it. But, so I asked Lacey Tribble to take their place tonight. This is called Sight Seer. Foster grants Hawaiian shirt and seersucker pants. He's got souvenirs and picture postcards. In Bermuda shorts his Vesuvius blows hard. He's seen the Liberty Bell, he's seen the gates of hell, he's seen Napoleon's heart in a box. He's seen Watusa dance, he's seen a place in France, he's seen the door where opportunity knocks. Sightseer, he's a sightseer. Sightseer, he's a sightseer. Sightseer, he's a sight. He's a sightseer. Sightseer, sightseer, sightseer. Yeah, I'll never forget the Paris sewers. That's where he lost a pair of binoculars. He's been to London Bridge in Arizona. And he ate a Big Mac in Barcelona. He's seen the Taj Mahal. He's seen the Wailing Wall. He's seen Jesus Christ and the Dueling Wars. He's seen the world revolve, but it doesn't get involved, for sightseeing is its own reward.
sightseer, he's a sightseer. Sightseer, he's a sightseer. Sightseer, he's a sight. He's a sightseer. 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 Well, the place to be is the Riviera. For curvy birds and Avis Rara. He's sunburned on his arms and neck. And he pays for sex with a traveler's chair. He's seen Hillbilly's clock, he's seen Pavlov's dog, he's seen the Pope screw a light bulb in the woods. Seen the Seven Wonders, he's seen the Think of Honda, he's seen the spot where Custer stood. Sightseer, he's a sightseer. Sightseer, he's a sightseer. Sightseer, he's a sight. He's a sightseer. 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 He's such just like Caesar. He's such just like Caesar. He's such just like Caesar. Every got a zoom lens on his Japanese camera. For 20 mountaintops worth of panorama. In 41 tongues he can say hello. And he still remembers the Alamo. He's seen the hands of time commit most every crime in the valley of the Tigris and Euphrates. He's seen a mute say please. He's seen up the magician's sleeve. He's seen the birthplace of Edgar Cayce's. Sightseer, he's a sightseer. Sightseer, he's a sightseer. Sightseer, he's a sight. He's a sightseer. Sightseer, sightseer, sightseer. You'll never forget the Paris sewers.
Because this music has to do with us as living beings in our lives day to day. And I do not object to the music that is I found you and you left me, because that is certainly a part of what our lives are. But we do have other parts of our lives that needs to be addressed.
There is no emotion I can feel or mood that I can be in that can't be expressed in a traditional folk song, not even the ones that I write, you see. They go all the way from the Froggy Winnecorton, whimsical children's songs, to work songs and cowboy songs, and I'm sure there'll be space folk songs.
That folk music is still predominantly and fundamentally music for the people, as opposed to music made via a deal with an advertiser. You have to have a morality. I have a strong morality base myself, and I won't break it, because if I do, I would be very ashamed. You know?
Rock music I like to dance to. And rock music is another world, but it's less to do with reality, with moving people, with touching people, with allowing people to be thoughtful, introspective, allowing people to think about the state of the world as it really is, instead of creating a false one to help us, you know, carry through our lives.
There's a certain kind of people who tend to want to make differences in the world. And those people, I think, are the kind of people my kind of songs are for. If you just want to sit back and have a good time and go bowling all the time or something like that, you probably won't be interested in having me play at your, dinner party or something.
Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them set below till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. Need a place to call my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and
this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe below till the rain come tumbling down. There's not enough people singing out there, and I know why. You're probably sitting there saying, that's just another one of them Dingleberry folk songs that guy sings all the time. Let me tell you something, friends. I was just up in Canada, and I was coming back down across the border, and they stopped me at the border, because I always stop people that looks like me. And it's true. And while I was sitting there, they was going through my papers, and I was over in the corner just singing this song to myself, you know, like no one was listening. And I was going like, inch by inch, row by row, I'm gonna make this garden grow. The guy comes up to me, says, excuse me, sir, but what's that you're doing, eh? I looked at the guy. I said, I'm singing a song. He said, I know that, but what language is that song in? I said, it's in American. He looked at me with a strange face, and I suddenly realized he was a young guy, about 20 years old, his first job. He didn't know what an inch was. And I suddenly knew. I knew in my heart this wasn't no Dingleberry folk song. I knew that this song was talking about something, talking about a way of life that's rapidly disappearing in the world. I'm talking about the last place in the world, the last bastion of reality, right here in America, friends. It's true. This is the last place in the world where we still got mile after mile. It's the last place where we still build houses in feet and inches. And I know it seems insignificant right now, friends. But let me tell you, it's sneaking in from everywhere. It's sneaking in from Canada and Mexico and the east and the west. Sneaking in, changing our way of life. So you go buying gas in liters and you don't know how much you're getting, but you know you're paying for it. Sneaking in when your kids come home from school and you don't even know it's math they're doing. It's sneaking in and threatening our very existence, taking the poetry out of our lives. I want to say right now that you're going to hear a lot of songs tonight. There's a lot of great people up on this show. And there's a lot of problems in the world. But we can't solve them kilometers after kilometers. That's right. We got to solve them the same way we made them. And so you got to help me sing this song tonight. This is a folk thing we're doing. And I'm not going to burden you with learning a lot of words. All I want you to sing is inch by inch. And I'll do the rest myself. Here we go now. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Let me hear it. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. Plant your rows straight and long and season with a prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. Old crow watching from a tree, he's got his hungry eye on me. But in my garden I'm as free as that feathered thief up there. Last time, inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them safe below till the rain comes tumbling down. Good night.
Arlo Guthrie. Did you hear him earlier this evening saying that every time he tries to watch his public broadcasting station, some mean and nasty people come and interrupt and ask for money? We're back. Arlo really has a way, doesn't he? I mean, that's the quality that separates a good performer from a great one, the ability to reach people in a very tangible way, to make them feel that they're an essential part of the performance. That's the key to making a concert a memorable experience for everyone. Well, the key to making tonight memorable for...
It's a time for Magic Dragons. It's a time to dispel the myth of the other meaning of puff. No, indeed, there was a lot of grass around the village then, but Puff never took a puff. And this is only a song about the tragedy of that lost innocence, which happily has never been lost, nor has the dream, as we shall sing it together now. I see some little muffins in the crowd. There you are. I need you to sing this. There you go. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Jackie Paper loved that rascal Puff and brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Whoa! Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sail. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow whene'er they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name. Let me hear you now. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Whoa, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. A dragon lives forever, but not so little girls and little boys. Times change. Painted wings and giant's rings make way for other toys. One gray night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more. And Puff, that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane. Without his lifelong friend, Puff could not be brave. So Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist. Last time, present tense, Puff the magic dragon lives by the sea, and he frolics in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Oh, Puff the magic
by the sea and frolics in the autumn mist in a land called
Whoever wants to start this, Mother, go ahead. Once again, do that again. I'm thinking. Okay. I came down to New York City, thinking I'd just hang out. Came down to New York City. I was thinking, well, I'd just hang out. Somebody called me from Gettysburg City. Said music was what it's all about. Guitar. Well, I look round at the musicians. Baby, they sure look young. Look around at the musicians. I think, oh, JB, well, they sure look young. Then I think about life in general. These gray hairs won't stop me from having fun. How about a little piano? But the most bizarre thing happened. Ended up spending a night with MTV. It was so bizarre, I'm telling you, children. Whole big long night with MTV. I bought a pretty red dress for the occasion, but I think this is a place I'd rather be. Anybody standing back there who's just dying to do a verse and gonna shoot yourself later because you didn't, then come out now, okay?
folk singer in my life.
Don't you blame it on me.
Well, maybe just a little bit I will. You were the first real live folk singer in my life.
Oh, Lord, that means so much to me.
Remember the first time I met you? My heart was pounding so hard, I thought I would just lay down and die.
I met Joan at the gate of Hornet. She good. There was something coming up called the Newport Folk Festival, and me and my ex-man had promised to be her guide. That way Joni Sr. will let her go to the Newport Folk Festival. Now Joan, she wasn't scheduled. Never was. Got up and sang with Bob Gibson. Lord, it blew up, it took on like a fire, and even Van Card had to get that distribution on. Now that's a cold charisma. Lord, the child is off and gone. Her focus is right, her heart is right, her brave are razor eyes. Aren't we blessed? Ain't it right?
Folk City to me is the first place I ever played in front of real normal sort of people. Not kids, not parents, not friends of parents, not stuff like that. I was about 13 years old, and a guy named Cisco Houston, who was a friend of my dad's, was playing there. And I went down to hear him, and he asked me to get up on the stage, and I did, and never been the same since.
Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. Gonna mulch it deep and low, gonna make it fertile ground. Let me hear it. Inch by inch, row by row, please bless these seeds I sow. Please keep them set below till the rain comes
audience was ready. They were, and I don't mean ready for schlock. I don't think you can just put anything out there. But they were ready and they were giving.
I see. I thought I'd been made.
And I even, because of that, I didn't feel so bad that I only had 15 minutes.
Baby, hate or miss.
I got a telephone in my bosom, and I can call him up from my heart.
I've been having a great time since 1959 when I came to Greenwich Village, and I still am.
When I need my brother, I send brother. When I need my father, I send father. When I need my sister, I send sister. When I need my mother, I send mother. I send mother. I send mother.
But I just think that the very popular music that's hyped now is designed to take us away from reality into the cosmos, off with rhythm, and to not take the time to think much. And I understand that. I mean, who wants to think about what's really going on? It's pretty hair-raising. But I think we have to. And that's why I think tonight was good. There were lots of young people there.
Whole big long night with MTV. I bought a pretty red dress for the occasion. But I think this is a place I'd rather be.
And I think that tonight is a validation of those feelings. We were right to sing and care and believe that we could be a part of making a world that felt differently, saw itself differently, had a little more justice, a little more caring. We were right. We were right all along.
Excuse me, sir, I am a foreigner. I left the white sands of Zanzibar. Where is this place you call Free Lunch Bar? I am hungry and I've overstayed my visa. I'll work your farm, your factory, your pizzeria. Is TV more beautiful than the Mona Lisa? Someday my sons will fight for the eagle. My daughters will never be ashamed of me. It is my dream to be a citizen. It's the great American dream. It's the great American dream. It's the great American dream.
Excuse me, sir, I am a prostitute. Just pretend that I'm a Playboy bunny or a Franklin. I will tongue your tummy. My body is a battlefield and a flower. 407 tricks by the hour. Of the many men, one might have been my father. I'm gonna make my getaway in a Zeppelin. Take a bubble bath in the fountain of youth. It is my dream to be a girl again in the great American dream.
Excuse me, sir, why I'm an Indian. The white man is as greedy as fire. Oh, his heart is wrapped round with barbed wire. My father died of whiskey and religion. The ghosts are cheap on the reservation. In summer, we're a tourist attraction. It is wrong to squeeze the earth like a snake, a deceit to give a stone to the hungry one. It is my dream to skin a pilgrim and the great American dream, and the great American dream, and the great American dream. Excuse me, sir, I am every man. I'm the good thief of Jekyll and Hyde. I'm a social climber on a mountain of pride. I'm the dick, the dumb, and the debonair. I'm the mouse, the monk, and the millionaire. I'm the great white hope riding on an old gray mare. I'm the sad-eyed girl, as young as the earth. I'm the mother who died giving birth to the great American dream, the great American dream, the great American dream.
I love freedom. I hope freedom loves me.
Such a great time. Ooh, where the sun don't shine. Ooh, I'm having such a great time. Ooh, where the sun don't shine. When you wake up, you don't remember a thing, but you think you hear the telephone ring. Hi, I just called to say hello and to tell you something that you might like to know. You were